Uck, the swine. Promises, promises. The samovar, silent until then, suddenly whistled and a few glowing coals, forced down by a heap of gray ash, fell onto the tray. Involuntarily the two brothers glanced towards the stove. There was the answer. Didn't it say? The Allies are swine? The minute hand stopped on the quarter hour, the clock cleared its throat sedately and struck once. Instantly the clock's chime was answered by the gentle, tinkling ring of the front door bell. Thank God, it's Sergei, said Alexei joyfully. Yes, it must be, Nikolka agreed and ran to open the door. Flushed, Elena stood up. But it was not Talberg. 3 doors slammed, then Nikolka's astonished voice could be heard coming from the staircase. Another voice answered. The voices coming upstairs were gradually drowned by the noise of hobnailed boots and a rifle butt. As the cold air flooded in through the front door, Alexei and Elena were faced by a tall, broad-shouldered figure in a heel-length greatcoat and cloth shoulder straps marked in grease pencil with a first lieutenant's 3 stars. The hood of the coat was covered with hoarfrost and a heavy rifle fixed with a rusty bayonet filled the whole lobby. "Hello there," piped the figure in a hoarse tenor, pulling at the hood with fingers stiff with cold. "Victor." Nikolka helped the figure to untie the drawstring and the hood fell away to reveal the band of an officer's service cap with a faded badge. On the huge shoulders was the head of Lieutenant Viktor Myshlavsky. His head was extremely handsome, with the curiously disturbing good looks of centuries of truly ancient inbred lineage. His attractive features were 2 bright eyes, each of a different color, an aquiline nose, proud lips, an unblemished forehead and no distinguishing marks. But one corner of his mouth drooped sadly and his chin was cleft slantwise as though a sculptor, having begun by modeling an aristocratic face, had conceived the wild idea of slicing off a layer of the clay and leaving an otherwise manly face with a small and crooked feminine chin. "Where have you come from? Where've you been?" "Careful," replied Myshlavsky weakly, "don't knock it." "There's a bottle of vodka in there." Nikolka carefully hung up the heavy greatcoat, from whose pocket there protruded the neck of a bottle wrapped in a piece of torn newspaper. Next he hung up a Mauser automatic in a wooden holster, so heavy that it made the hat stand of stag's antlers rock slightly. Only then did Myslawski turn round to Elena. He kissed her hand and said, "I've come from the Red Tavern district. Can I spend the night here, please, Lena? I'll never make it home tonight." "My God, of course you can." Suddenly Myslawski groaned, tried to blow on his fingers, but his lips would not obey him. His face grew moist as the frost on his eyebrows and smooth, clipped mustache began to melt. The elder Turban unbuttoned Myslawski's service tunic, pulled out his dirty shirt and ran his finger down the seam. "Well, of course. Thought so. You're crawling with lice. Then you must have a bath." Frightened, Elena had momentarily forgotten about Talberg. "Nikolka, there's some firewood in the kitchen." "Go and light the boiler." "Oh, why did I have to give Anyuta the evening off?" "Alexei, take his tunic off, quickly." By the tiled stove in the dining room Myslawski let out a groan and collapsed into a chair. Elena bustled around, keys clinking. Kneeling down, Alexei and Nikolka pulled off Myslawski's smart, narrow boots strapped around the calf. "Easy now, oh, take it easy." They unwound his dirty, stained puttees. Under them was a pair of mauve silk socks. Nikolka at once put the tunic out onto the cold veranda, where the temperature would kill the lice. In his filthy cotton shirt, crisscrossed by a pair of black suspenders and blue breeches strapped under his instep, Myslawski now looked thin, dark, sick and miserable. He slapped his frozen palms together and rubbed them against the side of the stove. News, rumors. People, Reds, dot. May, fell in love. "What bastards they are!" shouted Alexei Turban. "Couldn't they at least have given you some felt boots and a sheepskin jerkin?" "Felt boots," Myslawski mimicked him, weeping. "Felt boo." Unbearable pain gripped his hands and feet in the warmth. Hearing Elena's footsteps go into the kitchen, Myslawski screamed, in tears, screamed furiously.